Hey, I'm Brent, 2018 Central Virginia, and just looking to talk a little bit today about the Shimano spinning reels. And what we're going to talk about specifically is that line in between the lower end of the high-end reels and the higher end of the lower-end reels, and that'll make more sense if you're in the market for a reel. You know, this is kind of a quick breakdown, and you can go on the Shimano side of your favorite outdoor store, and you can actually see where these price points start to change. The Saros has been replaced by the Ultegra, which that is the first of your the low end of your high end reels, and the higher end of your lower end reels. And I almost hesitate to use that word, but just for simplicity's sake, that's what I'm going to use. Are your Symetre, or now I believe that's changed to Nasi. Now, I just did a video a minute ago where I actually basically did this whole thing, and it took a little over 10 minutes to actually pull everything down and show what I wanted to show. So what I'm going to do now is basically, now I've got all the parts laid out on the table, so we can do it a little bit quicker, and you won't have to wait as long to watch me take these reels apart. So I'm going to pan down to my table here. So on this side, we have a Symetre. It's a 1000 model. It's a FL, so they don't make it anymore. I've got a couple of them, and they serve me well. And on this side is a Stradic. It's a FK with the Hagani and that sort of thing. It's also a 1000, so the sizes are similar. The quality is much different, and I'm going to show you why. The Symetre, when it was brand new, this one was probably in the $80 range. The Nasi are now somewhere around the $100. But it's the same. When I look at the parts diagram, it looks very similar. I'm sure some of the parts have been upgraded. Some things are different here and there, but by and large, that's going to be your high end of your lesser expensive reels. They're going to have the most flash. Now I've got a Saros upstairs, but we're not gonna deal with that. We're going to be looking at this Stradic. The Saros, like I said, has become the Ultegra. That's about a $150 price point, and I'm going to show you real quick the differences between these two, in my opinion. Now, keep in mind, this is my opinion. It is in regards to the quality and durability of these reels. Now, with the Symetre here, you'll see right there, that's your oscillating gear, and that is the round gear that's got a peg on it that sticks up off of the gear, and that peg actually rides in a slot. Let's see if I can turn it. I'll have to go all the way here, all the way back down. It rides in a slot that's in this slider here, right there. And what that does is as that oscillating gear turns and that peg rides in that slot, that's what causes your main shaft to go up and down. It's certainly not a bad system. It's on millions and millions of reels from all your different manufacturers, but that's the one from Shimano. Now, if you're having any issues with your reel, there's a chance that maybe you need some grease in there. You want to be sure that if you decide to pull this down, you're pretty mechanically inclined. Otherwise, it's probably a good idea just to send them back to Shimano. They'll want to see it and get you back in working order. Some of your other problems that in the past, this ring right here, you can see you might be able to see this on the video, but that's a blue color. That's actually called a friction ring. Some of the older reels, there was a issue with those either coming apart and causing some binding issues, or actually getting wet and swelling to where the inside of the spool would actually rub on it. And so that's in a nutshell. That's your oscillating gear system, and that's how that reel works. That's the heart of a spinning reel, is that that main gear and that oscillation system. And obviously your pinion gear, but the pinion gears are nearly identical. Now, this is the Stradic. Again, the Saurus is going to be the first model of the Ultegra. That is going to be your first model in the Shimano line that actually has a worm gear oscillation system. So you'll note right here, you see that right there? That is a worm gear, much like, well, the same exact principle as your level wind on your bait caster. There's a pawl inside here. There's a pawl in there that rides the same way. It rides in those slots on that worm gear, and as the pinion gear turns the main gear, it also turns one of these nylon. You can see those nylon gears in there, and that's actually what turns that worm gear. In a nutshell, that's the big difference. There's obviously differences in how things are put together, how many bearings there are, the quality of the parts. If you look at the parts diagram of a Stella, you're going to see a whole lot more bearings than you're going to see in that Stradic. And that's just because when you pay that much money for a reel, they're gonna engineer the daylights out of that thing. I mean, a Stella is just it's a work of art. And if you got the wallet, God bless you. I don't. I work on my own reels. I try to keep them in good working order. I give them a very gentle rinse after using in salt water. I be sure I dog my drags down really good so no water gets in that way. Just a gentle washing. Usually 3 washes. One's just to wet them. Another is just to actually, the first wash is to wet, to start breaking down the salt, and next is to start the process of actually letting some of that salt rinse off, and then the third one is to be sure that's completed. And I do stuff like I'll taste the guides to make sure I got all the salt off, because I want my stuff to last. I don't want to have to go to my tackle store and spend another $100 on a rod because I didn't rinse it off. I didn't take care of my gear. Well, again, I'm Brent, Central Virginia, 2018. Winds are blowing about 20 right now. It's a little nasty outside. I got to be at the firehouse in the morning, so hey, I was bored. I said, hey, I'm gonna do something. Andy Griffith's on right now. Somebody getting ready to go watch TV. Anyway, I hope you all have a great day. I hope you got something out of this. If you did, great. If you didn't, man, keep it to yourself. Anyway, no, I'm just kidding. All right, thanks a lot. Have a great day. Bye now.